As you walked away, I called out your name. It was at that very moment I knew I would not be the same. You left me broken all alone, and now you will not pick up your phone. Did you think that would get me feeling down? No, that made me drive all around that old small town. Did you think I would drown in your pain? Hell to the no, let me explain. I drove up to that old dive bar on the corner of a new tomorrow. I thought I was going in to drink away my sorrows. Instead I danced the night away. Boom bopping, bar hopping, body rocking, foot stomping, all night long. As you drove on by that old glowing neon sign, you see me walking in with someone new. You thought you left me broken and alone, waiting for me to pick up that damn phone. Did you think I would move on? It was a new day you left for me tomorrow. Hell to the no, let me explain. I drove up to that old dive bar on the corner of a new tomorrow. I thought I was going in to drink away my sorrows. Instead I danced the night away. Boom bopping, bar hopping, body rocking, foot stomping, all night long. Instead I danced the night away. Boom bopping, bar hopping, body rocking, foot stomping, all night long. Hell to the no, let me explain. I drove up to that old dive bar on the corner of a new tomorrow. I thought I was going in to drink away my sorrows. Instead I danced the night away. Boom bopping, bar hopping, body rocking, foot stomping, all night long. Instead I danced the night away. Boom bopping, bar hopping, body rocking, foot stomping, all night long. Your bunny suit, it's your messy birthday night. In Christmas lingerie, what a wild sight. With lashes so long they could start a fight. Crying those blues on live stream tonight.
Bunny Sue's got Jose Cuervo, straight from the bottle. No mixers, no ice, full throttle. Wow, she's yelling at YouTube to play her sad jams. Rocking fuzzy slippers like a hot Instagram. It's my damn birthday, where's my parade? She live streaming tears while the rent's unpaid. Throws glitter in the air, but it sticks to the cat. Now everyone watching's like, what the hell was that?
Oh, Bunny Sue, why you crying those blues? Sparkling eyeshadow, but your heart's got a bruise. On YouTube you'll sit in your box all day. Lonely by choice, you like it that way. Raise your glass, girl, it's your birthday display.
Bag Back in the day, she was living it raw. Stripper heels clacking on a sticky dance floor. Cash only, she'd snore while the bouncers took tips. Moving more powder than a baker's mix.
That's Bunny Sue.
The whispers would say,
She'll take your money and your stash away.
her throne was the stage, a queen of the grind. But the past caught up and ended her pride. Now she's streaming her blues with glittery flair, wishing for the glory she'd lost back there.
Birthday blues, they're hidden like bricks. Bunny Sue's drowning in tequila tricks. Toxic as hell, with a smirk and a glare. A train wreck and glitter, and she just doesn't care.
Back home she goes to her box of shame, ranting on YouTube about who's to blame.
The world's a dump and I'm its queen.
She's got 2 viewers watching and one's her screen.
Pours tequila on cake, takes a frosting shot.
I don't need friends,
They're all robots anyways.
her lashes are falling, her wig's askew. Happy birthday
To me cries Bunny Sue. Bunny Sue, why you crying those blues? Sparkling eyeshadow, but your heart's got a bruise. On YouTube you'll sit in your box all day. Lonely by choice, you like it that way. Raise your glass, girl, and sip your dismay.
I'm toxic as hell, she says with a smirk. Burning every bridge is just part of my work. She scrolls through her phone, rants to the screen.
My life's a wreck, but at least I'm the mean birthday blues.
They're hitting like bricks.
Bunny Sue's drowning in tequila tricks.
Toxic as hell with a smirk and a glare. A train wrecking glitter, and she just doesn't care. Late in the night, she's lost in a stream. Rambling nonsense, chasing some dream.
I don't need no one.
I'm the boss of my box. She knocks over her lights, spilling glittery rocks.
Her cats are impressed, giving her shade, while Bunny Sue's chaos goes on parade.
She's laughing and crying, a birthday tornado. Sipping old Jose, her own twisted halo. Yo, Bunny Sue, what a birthday night. In Christmas lingerie, what a wild sight. Raise your Cuervo high, toast to the mess. A glitter-filled queen in pure hot distress.
So this evening, I'm going to try to do my 2 hours, maybe an hour of Jodi, because her live's an hour long. A little less. I'm going to put her on 2-speed because you can understand her better when she talks faster. But where it says 50 XP, I don't know what that is, honey. Where does it say 50 XP? Does anybody know what Minnie's talking about? I'm looking at my StreamYard, not my YouTube. Let me go to my YouTube. Let me go to my YouTube. Oh, what is that? Oh, that's the goal thing. Number 1. Hello, Crystal. Oh. Damn it. I don't know what that is, honey. You got a crown. It's something new YouTube started I don't know about. Here, I'm going to set a goal if anybody's interested. 10 super chats. We'll put it at $5. Don't usually happen for me, but we'll do for 3 hours. How will I celebrate? How should I celebrate if I get a super chat? We get to play a Jodi Sue video. Jodi Sue vid. There we go. I never really messed with this stuff on here. I'm just learning it. Yeah, thank you, YouTube. All right, let me get off of here and go back to where I was. So Jodi Sue, one day ago, it says May 22nd. It's actually the 24th, so that's wrong. Had a live stream about me. I heard about the live stream in my chat, but I didn't listen to it. It just popped up on my algorithm. So we're going to listen to her talk her shit. She's so excited about these harassment charges I got here in PA. If she goes to dox anybody, I'm going to try to keep that off my channel because I do have court coming up. And I did address the reasons why in my live 2 lives ago. So you can go there to listen, but I'm going to respond to some stuff, not all. I don't know if I'm going to listen to the whole thing. I listened to just a few minutes of it. But she's so elated. What's the word? Like it brings her joy. She could talk shit on me about something lips already doxed, and I already spoke about a month ago. So it's so fun to watch Jodi Sue get so happy because she thinks something's going to crush me. I'll tell you what the charges are about. I think I'm going to plead guilty and just eat the fine and pay it instead of getting an attorney and going through all that other shit. But you know, my friend Chester, I've been sharing, I had found out that there was a 911 call to my house while this girl who's pressing charges on me was babysitting. I had also heard that it was because he caught somebody trying to SA my child. So I went on Facebook and I asked the girl, I demanded that the girl fucking message me because I wanted to know what happened that morning when I came home from work and her boyfriend had a black eye. I'm finding out there was a 911 call to my house all these years later. I didn't know about it. So, yes, if you consider that harassment, that's harassment. We're going to go to court. I did it. When it comes to my children, much like Jodi Sue, I don't fucking play. But the bitches over there are extremely happy. Like this is happening to me. Jodi, you're garbage. This just goes to show what kind of human you are. You can't even ask about nothing. You just got to go on a tyrant talking shit any chance you get to get you some views. That's exactly what you're doing. You couldn't wait. All of your streams are just talking straight shit on people. They're not really about Summer. It's just talking about how everybody in life has wronged you. You have a problem. You need mental health services, in my opinion. But let's sit back and have a laugh. Okay?
A lot of y'all who were left here may be aware, maybe you knew days ago, a month or so ago, we might just have a goddamn marathon about this shit. I don't know. But I wasn't. I am now, though. Like how I'm so fucking happy about this. I think I'm gonna go celebrate this weekend. I'm actually, for the first time in years, gonna take one of the many nice fellas up one of those mini night like date things, and I'm gonna go have a drink, maybe dance about it. I don't know, and maybe not. But I'm telling you, heck, who knows? Maybe like I'll have some miracle cure or something, and then I go back to like pole dance or something, and like
She's so excited. She wants to become a hoe again. She wants to hoe dance because of my charges, and she wants to go on datelines and meet dirty men. Because she's so excited I had charges. Oh my God, Jodi, you should be so proud of yourself. Your standards are freaking absolutely amazing. You do that. You go hoe dance and you go on some datelines and take some man out on a date because you're jealous of me, obsessed with me. What's wrong with you, girl? Issues.
like go donate money to this lady's lawyer. Because I'd do it. I'd straight do it if I could. Alright. Oh, this is wonderful.
I mean, hold on.
I tell
You already bribed me with an attorney, didn't you?
Hi, Crystal.
My son's home. Hi, son. I'm live. You already bribed me to pay for my attorney when you were playing games with the court settings that you keep accusing everybody else to do with Chicken on a Stick and Linda. I mean, I think the proof is out there. I've been shown it for 2 days. But you go ahead, keep on obsessing. Kisses to my bitches. I occupy your mind deeply. Thank you. You got a girl crush or something? I don't go that way.
y'all, she only extra pretend crazy when there are lawyers or feds or law enforcement eyes on her. I told y'all, didn't I? She only pretends to be
They're on me,
extremely
Jodi. If they're on me, it's because I asked them to be on me because of the games you have played in court settings, networking, in your crime rings. If law enforcement is on me, are you saying that that's true? That's because I asked them to be. You do realize that, right? Let's go. Hold on. Can I show it to you?
You can show me everything you want.
Can I ask what the problem is?
There's not a problem. I'm with the Pittsburgh Police.
And I'm worried because they're threatening me.
You're not in trouble, and there's nothing you're going to tell me that's going to get. I'm actually here to check on you and make sure you're okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
More than anything. So, maybe people involved in sex trafficking. If you want to talk to me about that, that's what we do.
Can I show it to you? As you see, Jodi, I have been screaming out to every law enforcement agency there is to listen to me because I do believe that there could be something to what you helped me find. In my chat, the day my chat got taken off, and you said you were in there with Benny and my cousin Steven. It was at that very moment I started screaming to every law enforcement agency that I possibly could. I want you to know that their eyes are on me because I'm asking them to be on me. If they're on me. But you're saying they are, so should we believe you? Let's continue with your shenanigans.
when there's eyes on her. And she thinks it's of the law enforcement, lawyer, fed, etc. Buddy. I told y'all. And when she's trying to get out of some stuff, told you. Told you.
What did you tell him, Jodi?
Okay. So, here's what came to my awareness. Might confirm.
She got a real obsession.
So here's what you want to do. Well, you don't have to trust me and be like, she's lying. It's manufactured. The screen out, baby. It's a screenshot.
No, it's real.
I need you to take yourselves to the Unified Judicial System of Pennsylvania. What?
Do it. Go dox someone.
PA courts. All right.
I hope you're not working with this girl because I'm going to show this in my court.
UJS.pacourts.us.
His lips knew about it immediately. That's kind of weird.
Case search, though, right? I'll try to get you lucky.
Y'all got a problem.
You
I don't
got
go
it.
search your name every day in your state.
All right.
For some reason, y'all go search me all the fucking time.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go by participant name.
I'm gonna go get a cigarette. I have them over there, so I'm not smoking so much.
I'm
Right
not
back.
gonna put in a date file or an end date. You basically just put in Allegheny County and Crystal Sims. All right. All right. And then case status, I put active. You can pick any you like. And then you put
I had a
subject.
warrant out. Hold
And
on.
what comes up?
I had a warrant out for my arrest. I didn't know I had to go plead guilty or not guilty. I thought they would just send me a court date. They did not. So I had to call them. And I showed up there last week. My son took me and I went and pled not guilty. However, I might go in there and change my plea because I definitely called this girl out on Facebook 100%. However, it wasn't a threatening call out. It wasn't like I offered to unalive her life or anything, but her and her sister started harassing me and making threats of death towards me. Oh, yeah. So that'll be going to court with me, Jodi. If I decide to go the not guilty way, I'm still thinking about it, even though I already pled. But I am going to go into court and defend myself if I do that. I don't really need an attorney for harassment charges. Like, it's a fine, $100 to $300. They'll take a payment. I'm poor. They'll let me pay $1 a month if I want. So the girl's just wasting her time and money. But you sit there and you be extremely happy because I have some harassment charges on me because of my children. Because I'm defending something I found out years later. It still angers me. You're just a jealous bitch that always got something smart to say to deflect from the crimes that you commit daily here on YouTube in Summer's case. But you sit there, we're going to be happy with you, okay? Yay. Do you clap like a baby seal? Something? You got a lot of balls, woman. This is a little bit too happy and too obsessed. Please quit wearing my skin, as you say.
It's a whole bunch of new shit on Crystal. It looks like Miss Extraordinaire Harasser of the real life clan variety has got herself in the past month or two some charges going on in Pennsylvania. You won't believe what for. You won't believe what for. You'll never guess. Now you can cycle through smells, you can do the things, blah blah blah, it'll give you all the shit. Magisterial district, Commonwealth versus Sims Crystal, active, filing date 5/12, Sims Crystal date of birth, Allegheny, court office, blah blah blah, complaint number, all the things. There's also a filing date on one for April, and
The
looks like
12th was when I
obviously
went.
May, just a couple days ago too.
The charges were filed in April. I pled on May 12th. My son took me out to McKeesport. It's actually even White Oak. I don't even know why their office was moved there. It used to be downtown McKeesport 30 years ago. I haven't been there in a long time, till recently. The charges were filed in April. I pled not guilty on May 12th because I had a warrant out for my arrest.
Another. Oh, yeah. And then you can go down here, right? And you can press docket sheet or court summary. Download that. I'm not free. And you will find that old Miss Sims pants there. That she's in the processing status
Mm-hmm.
of one. It's active
Mm-hmm.
and it's awaiting
18.
scheduling, and it is for harassment,
Mm-hmm.
coercive conduct with no legitimate purpose.
Oh, there is. The courts will hear it.
And then the other ones, active as well, harassment, subject other to physical contact,
Mm-mm. Uh-uh.
processing status, and awaiting.
I had no physical contact with this girl. She made that up. The charges were filed with McKeesport DA. She could have said anything, but we'll go to court and listen to it on June 18th. I believe it's at 11 a.m. I got to look at I got the court papers. Hold on. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, this is something else I wanted to show. These ain't the court papers. It's 9 a.m., 11 a.m. Something. I'll find them before I got to go to court. I know what day I got to be there. But Jodi, another thing you've done is accuse me of shoving my ex-husband in front of a train, right? Remember I told you that I had the police report because I called and ordered it, and there was somebody with him. However, it was not me because I was married. Well, not married, but I was with my husband at the time, and we had a baby together, although that didn't matter to him. But death of man pedestrian train collision, CCR number 00098-09, D file number H0003-099, property control hashtag 09-0009. Again, death of man pedestrian train collision. Let me show you. It's a very old piece of paper. Show you what I'm reading off of. Okay. Municipality of occurrence, McKees Rock. The weather was clear and cool. The time occurred on 1309 at 12:15 p.m. Date time reported 1309 at 12:18 p.m. Detective branch notified homicide. My husband's death they had on here as a homicide, but when I called them, they told me that there was a witness to his death and that my husband threw his hands up in the air, and that homicide always gets involved in a jumping in front of a train. We could call them if you really want to during the day, during one of my lives, and I can ask questions since you have accused me of being there. Time notified 1309 12:31 hours. Victim's name Malvi Michael, white male, 31 years old. Victim's address, we'll just say Pittsburgh, PA 15206, even though that's not where he lived. It was his parents' address, his adopted parents, that they put in there. With the phone number, I'm not going to do that because it's the same. His date of birth is 10/1/77. He's a male. He's Caucasian. His occupation was unknown. He didn't work. The hospital, it doesn't have a hospital. Instead, it says Northwest EMS, Doctor Paramedic Anthony Ceretti. Victim deceased, yes. Pronounced dead 1309 at 12:25 hours. Items, oh no, and then it says on the above date and time, Officer Tom Pelkington of McKees Rocks PD requested a homicide unit to the intersection of River Road and East Carson Street in McKees Rocks. Pelkington had responded to a pedestrian struck by a CSX train at this intersection. Paramedic Sarati of Northwest EMS responded and pronounced Michael Mulvey, white male, 31, deceased at 12:25 hours. Witness stated it appeared there was a witness. Do you see that, Jodi? There was a witness. That witness was not me, but somebody seen what happened. So keep going and telling people that I unalived my ex-husband. Witness stated that it appeared that Mulvey did not observe the train approaching him from the rear as he was walking between the rails of the train tracks. Refer to supplemental reports for investigative details. Signature officer badge numbers, Detectives Gregory Matthews and Robert Ladley. Shift commander, Sergeant A.G. Solomon, it looks like. Solerman. I don't know. You can look. Commanding officer, it's an old paper. You can't really see it. Nothing on the back. Just stains. You see, bitch, I could press charges on you even for saying things like that. And I have screenshots and messages of you saying that. I have voice recordings of you saying Benny Keys was going to put that out in a statement that you were working with Benny Keys and that Benny told you about my ex-husband. Well, not my ex-husband, I was widowed from him because we were still married at the time of his death. But I could press charges on you for the things that you've done. Bribing me with an attorney. Like, you think you're cute, talking shit, researching everything about me more so than I have about you. You're obsessed. Please stop obsessing over me. You'll never be me. You'll never wear my skin. I'm not a child harmer, in my opinion, like you.
Please. No shit. And then you got, I don't know. Oh, that one's completed. That one's a disorderly. Oh, yeah. A disorderly conduct. That was in March. She been on a roll, bro. I mean, we knew about the March. But now it looks like she's got a whole bunch of course of conduct, harassment, course of conduct with no legitimate purpose. Harassment subject other to physical contact. No. Not our known extreme. And look, it's got her both by aliases Crystal T. Sims and Crystal Mulvey. Why does it have those as our aliases? I have questions about all this. Anyway. Yeah, it looks like old Miss Sims. She's been into some shit. It gets even better though, right? Oh, it gets better.
Hey, Tic Tac. Thank you for listening.
No, I don't want to do that.
Shay, I appreciate your over here being nice. We still have our problems. I still would like for you, if you want bygones to be bygones, fine, but I have some questions for you. And I would really like that if you would put that live out. I'm asking you nicely because you're coming to my chat nicely. Hi, Andy. Hey, Becca's Eyes. How are you tonight? Thank you guys for being here. Please be respectful because I'm not here to fight with people no more, but I'm not going to be silenced any longer and not speak my opinions. I'm welcome to them. I have my First Amendment rights just as anybody else does in this Summer Wells community, so you call it. I don't call it a community. I call it anything but a community. I call it a bunch of drama, fighting, not really working together when people were stating they were going to work together as a whole in the public, not secretly behind the scenes in Google Meets or people pretending to be different characters like Linda, in my opinion, according to the voice that we was listening to. The one where Chicken on a Stick stated she had information from a crime from 30 years ago. That's the live I would like for you to go over again. The whole thing, please. Just because I didn't hear the whole live, but I'm hearing that that's possibly why I was attacked. I would like to know what that crime was, and I would like Chicken to talk about it. If she's not working with Jodi, it's up to her. I can't force people to do what they don't want, but you all have to agree this has caused a lot of confusion in Summer's case. Be respectful to each other. Andy knows that I have feelings about him too, but he's always respectful in my chat. I try to keep the same respect to those that come into my chat and are respectful towards me, and I give my opinions, and Andy and I don't attack each other. We just disagree and talk about it. We've had a couple arguments over it, but it's not helpful to get information if you're fighting with each other. All right, let me go back to Jodi because I don't want to derail what I'm doing tonight. I definitely want to go back over some of Tiffany's, at least an hour of Tiffany's video. And I've already been on for 37 minutes. So we got about 20 minutes. I'm going to come down and let you guys listen to Jodi trash me and obsess over me as she always fucking does.
And then if you go to the docket sheet, she's waiting summary.
Andy, I have no clue, but on that live that I'm talking about with Shay, it was stated, or maybe not that live with Shay, but at another place in time, I can't remember when, it was stated that it was something that connected me to a crime 30 years ago. It may have nothing to do with Summer, and they thought that it did, but I want it to come to light so that if it doesn't, we can just squash the whole fucking thing. However, I do still believe that I have connections to your area. It's been stated by locals. My cousins are definitely, their mother is definitely from Ben Hill, Beach Creek area. So we don't know that, Shay. Could it have been something that happened 30 years ago that somebody was still pissed off about? Because there is a crime up here 30 years ago that my mother witnessed. I don't know if it connects, and I don't want to go too much into detail, but it involved a man from Tennessee and Virginia who's possibly, in my opinion, after further looking at it, in prison as an innocent man when my father could have committed the crime. And it may not have nothing to do with Summer, but it caused confusion in Summer's case. And I think that that might be the crime that Chicken on a Stick might have found. I'm not certain, but I want to see what it was since they've made such a fucking huge deal about it. Hey, little Dev. Hey, Bella. But let me listen to this because I do want to get to Tiffany's stuff.
Trial, awaiting summary trial, awaiting scheduling. Our schedule start date 6/18/2025. 8:30 a.m. Magisterial District Judge Eugene F. Riazzi Jr. That's great. Oh dear. Defendant Crystal
Rosie, Jody. Rosie. His
Jamie
name is
T.
Rosie.
Is the affiant. Oh dear. Oh dear. What do you mean? Oh wait. Oh dear. Something real. Hmm.
Except, Andy, that can't be true because she brought herself to YouTube when nobody knew who she was or even that she had any connection to Summer or Jody or you. She came out here full bat swinging straight at you and Jody, and then they have a court hearing set up with me and Jody. She's going to press charges on Jody, but it was always set up for it to be disposed of because it was filed under real estate. Jody, playing games with the courts with chicken, in my opinion, that's what I'm speculating. You're not too smart at this, in my opinion. I'm speculating. I don't know.
Dear. That was the one for my. We're not sure. Not guilty plea entered. Number. Hmm, interesting. She has money on the women payments. I don't know, man. She's getting up to some shit. Oh dear. I don't know. All I'm telling you is that Crystal's got some shit going on. And it looks like since March. It's very. Oh boy.
She's so happy.
Mm-hmm. So, how
Obsessed.
about all these months she tried to bit to raise a lawyer and all that, saying it was for Lynn and all this and that and the other.
Did, in my opinion.
Didn't mind she can't come on life, but she can come on life. And then she accused her old shit, even though her kids were like liar.
Mm-mm.
She deleted their comments. And all.
I didn't accuse Earl of anything. Earl did some things. The receipts are there, and I'm not going to keep going through because my husband and I are trying very hard to work things out. It's not exactly going easily. Okay. There's a lot of misunderstandings, but my relationship, unless I put it out there, is really none of your damn business. I don't understand what your obsession is with my husband. It's been going on for a very long time. Do you want him, Jody, or something? I mean, it started with Tiffany Marie when you accused me of not having a husband and being with Scott. You have been super hyper focused on my husband. It's fucking weird. More weird than what we're doing to people who have been labeled by YouTube as suspects in Summerwell's case, right? Like, I'm not the neighbor with a missing child. However, you are. And you play so many funny games in Summer's case, and you won't go away. Even Dawn and Candace aren't on here like you are. You are obsessed with Summer's case as someone who knows Summer in the flesh. Why is that, Jody? You have problems wearing vests, coming out with my walkie-talkie saying somebody's getting ready to unalive me, snipe me. And then I actually have proof that may have happened because there was a message sent to my husband saying somebody was on my roof. Please, honey, let's go to court. You have problems. In my opinion, you're the one that needs mental health. You are obsessed in my relationship and in my life. I cover you because you made yourself public in a missing child's case. I came here as a creator. You state you're not a creator. Then what the fuck are you, Jodi? Because I've seen you collect a lot of money and play games with Hurricane Camille and Linda and Squall. You have problems. They're big ones. And one day, in my opinion, the feds are going to catch up to you.
I mean, I just, you know, how about that? It looks like old Sims has been conning the hell out of y'all for a few months to try to.
I
Well,
talked about
not
it when it
have
happened,
this
Joe.
out in the open.
It's been out in the open. I talked about it several times. Maybe not a whole lot because it is an active court case. But I've spoken about it. Nothing's hidden. I'm very transparent over here on YouTube. You, on the other hand, have a ton of secrets and you admit to it. You hold the keys. You're trying to piece everything together. I think Summer's community, both local and here on YouTube, is fucking sick of your games. Mm-hmm. Another live I'm gonna have coming up is I actually found, I think it was Helen that had sent me today ELP's research on lamplight and the We Can Bring You Hope people. I want to go over that. I have a really hard time understanding Carl. If he's still out there, when I go over that, Carl, give me a couple days because I want to listen to it and try to understand what you're saying. I think it's just because you're from another country. I don't mean nothing harmful or ignorant by that, but I would like you to come up on my panel if you would like. I would like to invite you to come up and talk about your findings because I am going to go over that, just a heads up, very soon. Okay, where are we at? We got 10 more minutes. I am going to shut the fuck up. I have a problem talking.
And to make everybody look here, look there, look everywhere else, and to get herself some monies to help her ass out of the sling she's got herself in. What, did Linda down here feel sorry for her and drop the one down here so she could face the others up there in PA? Is that what the hell? No. So, like, it looks like Crystal's been into some shenanigans and taking y'all for a ride. She'd never. No, she'd never. And then it was a late night. Everybody else saw him here, kitty kitty. Alright. So, yeah. Yeah. Told y'all. Told y'all. That bitch is acting crazy, you. I knew it. Damn it. Told you. Ah, that bitch. Told you. Uh-oh. I know Cat is in trouble right now. Oh.
It's nothing I'm going to go to jail over. It's not what you're putting it out there to be, Jodi. I'm glad you're enjoying it, though.
I know. Hear that? Somebody just got scolded, told to get their ass in. It's too late for them to be out
She
before you
had
get 5 coaches.
to mention Summer's name. She does. Summer's case. Yes, she acts like she's the runner and the co-host of Summer Wells' case. You're absolutely right about that, Becca.
Now,
I hope nobody
my
gives
test
up on
question,
Summer, regardless of everybody's
now,
differences.
is she
I
mad?
hope Summer's name stays out there until there's answers for whatever happened to her.
Why out Billy?
She did say she didn't like the Wells kids. We can go over the old videos again another day.
It's too late. Go find another hemisphere. Anyway, so that screenshot out there is a thumbnail, right? And all the lies told over all the years by these people, especially her, and it always comes
Jodi,
back
you've
down to
told more
messages, right?
lies than anybody on here.
But what they always leave out, when I've let them leave out for the most portion, is
You're
that
on here
she got
more
up on the
than
damn
anybody
panel
else
on
covering
Teachers
the
Pretend to
Summer
be
fix.
ex-friend, right? And built her ass up. But she was no such thing ever, right? Now, and I told y'all, and like y'all should have noticed, her first fucking
Please,
line on PGs
I hope you're
was
good
this.
tonight.
She proudly harassed the fuck out of and threatened myself, my family, others, this realm letter, all of them tried to
Jodi,
say
you
we
make
were,
yourself public.
the black.
I didn't harass anybody. I had real concern for you because you were stating that you were being harmed, followed, stalking your house, chasing people outside of your home with a flashlight, saying people were running from you. I had true concern for your safety. I didn't harass anybody. I reached out to your sister, who, in my opinion, is just as fucking shady as you are. Okay? That's what I did. People accused me of all kinds of shit. I truly had pure intentions for your safety. Truthfully, you're batshit fucking crazy, in my opinion, and the opinion of many others. You have issues. We all
You know,
do.
shit, she
Yours seem
pulled
to
on
be
my family,
superior
everything
above
else
the
in the
rest.
group, all the shit.
Go
She did
away.
with Robin.
People will quit talking about
All the things this one's done. This was November of 21. She sent me a video titled Lodi Sue Brown.
it. Uh-huh.
And I show a beautiful new hoodie at the end. This is the one they talk about the clan shit that actually wasn't lizardling. And then she threatens me right below it and tells me to have my boots on.
Mm-hmm. It was after she threatened
And she'll
me,
take.
said I called her racist, and talked dirty to me. Jodi, why don't you scroll through every single one of the comments before you go accusing people of just fighting with you? What I was doing was defending myself, and you have some weird ass shit. You know what? Hold on a minute. I do want to finish the Tiffany shit. I really think I covered enough of it. We could go on with the Jodi shit though. Since she got so much to fucking say. This was my letters. This was my message to her sister that she keeps saying is harassing. Everybody but her own. I don't have the music. This is the undone version. You guys can all scroll in later. Read my messages with her sister. This was so long ago. I'll just let it play. You guys can scroll in, read it later. I'll come down so it's bigger. I have changed my mind about her sister. Sorry, I'm munching on a cucumber. I make this water. It's amazing. It's lime, cucumber, and mint. So good. Hold on. Mm-mm-mm. I'm searching for some of Jodi's old videos. You guys can determine what the hell she was talking about. I'm still trying to figure it out. Here's one. I've showed this one a million times.
Okay, guys. So, let me see if I can find a spot. Sun's not on this piece of shit. Okay, well, maybe. It might work. So, okay, guys. So, let me see if I can find a spot. Sun's not on this piece of shit. Okay, well, maybe. It might work. So, anyway, for those of you who don't know, going through some property shit, yada yada. So anyway, turns out this piece we thought had been folded back in like it was supposed to be was not. And greedy little ass heirs thinking everybody's forgot what the fuck was supposed to happen. So that's where we're at, and whatever. Don't matter at this point. So what I have discovered within a few hours of this shit starting, we put in bed and went home and got into the property documents and surveys and all that stuff from 200 years ago leading up to. So, and for those of you who are unaware, his family in particular owned most of Beach Creek. And I don't mean that in like they owned a big piece, or I mean his family owned most of it. So if the surveys have been done on any of that property, even though it's changed hands by this point, chances are our family has your survey maps, because as it transferred between family, and here's the thing, even though all those tracts are split up and this and the other, and there's different names associated for most of them, all of them are still related. They're all kin down there for the most part. So turns out we go home after we put in that bid 17 minutes before close, and I'm not going to mention names, but the bitch said that she would take our bid. Obviously did not happen. Didn't expect it to, but for what we knew was going to come after, it was going to be a necessary step if things went further than that, which I'm sure they're going to. So anyway, we get in the closet where all the rolls are for all the survey maps and things for the entirety of Beach Creek and then some, and pull out. Guess what we pull out? We pull out this particular person's whole family's original surveys out of our fucking closet for this little motherfucking piece right here. If you can see it, see the 2 acres here, 2.28, right in my fucking front yard. So now, look, okay, so this jackass realtor, we've been through this. I mentioned it probably a week or so ago. We noticed immediately on when we figured out it was for sale, and the people at the driveway that had it that were like, yeah, here it is on the phone. We have it saved. It's for sale. They had the nice little pretty pictures, Well, the goddamn pictures that this motherfucking realtor took are on our fucking property. They trespassed. They took pictures of our fucking property to sell another because it's not worth a fuck. Turns out my other neighbor down the road had been called by this bitch 3 or 4 months back. She asked him if he wanted it. He just assumed, he didn't think to say anything to us because he assumed that courtesy and respect, they would have called our asses and we passed up too, So offered it to him for $17.85. Now, y'all, I understand what's fucking happening, but he laughed. Everybody laughed. The whole holler's laughing at this point because this piece of property has sold for over $20,000 for 2 fucking acres. Now, these dumbass out-of-staters, for starters, even if they looked at Google Maps, even if they looked at the GIS data, they damn well knew now that there was a house and barn, at least up here on what they could see. They knew. Now, I understand that you're moving from the fucking goddamn city, and you think, oh, look at this piece, and it's perfect, and it's the country. No, you're taking my shit the fuck away from me, because that's too goddamn close. I don't want neighbors. The neighbors I have are already too goddamn close. Like, I fucking hate it there anyway. The point is, and they're not that close by most people's standards, I don't fucking like it. So, you may be coming from the fucking city and thinking, oh, this is country. No, it's not. You're fucking invading it. You're ruining my shit. That ain't country to me. That's you fucking invading. You're too goddamn close. Back the fuck up. Go find some other goddamn holler that has 40 acres and you're close the fuck off and not near me. Regardless. These dumb Yankee sons of bitches bought it, thinking country. Did not come look at it, and if they did, because, down there we don't fence, don't do anything, and by those tricky ass goddamn photos, probably assumed that what they were seeing was what they were getting, and it's not the case, and that's exactly why we weren't notified. So why the motherfucking realtor was like, oh, I put up signs. Bullshit, he did. Our whole family lives on that fucking holler. We pass it every day. He didn't fucking do shit. Motherfucker didn't even do his due diligence as a fucking realtor, by the way. Didn't know that he was advertising it as cable, high-speed internet, Hawkins Electric, all kinds of shit. Until just a few hours before bidding ended, when I laughed at him and told him he was fucking stupid. And then he was like, he was trying to sell it to me. I was like, dude, you're trying to sell me something that don't exist. I actually live on the fucking property. I know what's there. So then a few hours before closing, and this is illegal, by the way, he goes and revamps some of the sites he can get a hold of to where it only says utilities are electric and water, which I find fucking hilarious. Anyway, now here's what gets me. On most of the photos, you can see try to stand back from where maybe he thinks there's a property line, but not really. Then I come up on, let me show you these nice little photos. Photos are fucking wonderful. They're just wonderful. Oh, let me see her. Damn. Let's see if it was on that phone. Anyway. No, because I took it this morning, I think.
It's on your other phone.
It probably is. Okay. Where are his bullshit photos? Can't remember if these are the ones I took to make his placements. Oh, here's some of them. Okay. So, I don't know if anybody can see this. It's on Zillow and a bunch of other places. But there is one, this is my fucking favorite right here. This is one of my favorites. I don't know if you can see it. But the way this piece is, I just want to let you know what you're looking at is they have taken a picture from the edge of the cliff, which is basically where they're going to try to put this house on. I'll get to it in a second. The road is here, but it's taken in like where the leaves are off. So you can't tell that it's off a cliff and the road's here. But what they've taken a picture of are my neighbor, the beginning of their property. So it makes it look like it's the rolling hill they've advertised. Like there's a bunch of flat in there in a valley you could build on. And there's a bunch of those that they've also edited out my neighbor's house from the fucking pictures to make them think that that's their property and what they're buying. Which, by the way, there are certain codes and rules and ethics that real estate people have to follow, and I'll tell you, this violates them. They're allowed to use trickery and whatever, and I'm sorry, but if you are smart and you're buying land, and this basically is the only goddamn photo, I don't know if you can see it, that is actually on the piece they're buying, looking down at the corner. For any of you in Beach Creek that know, it's going to be looking directly at Donnie's fucking property. But there's no way they can build on it. I'll get to that in a second. That is their only real view. The rest they have taken are from our property. There is literally and people mentioned it when they came to the fucking house. They sent them pictures of my car. Now, my car, as most of y'all know, a lot of times sits at the bottom of the driveway. Okay? They have taken pictures. They're like, that was your car. We've seen, this. I was like, yeah, they were like, we thought it was the real estate guy. And I was like, fuck no, it ain't. That's my car. Which should have given you your first clue. Anyway, there are pictures here where he is absolutely trespassing, taking pictures of our side and our property that belongs to us, but selling it to these motherfuckers like it's theirs, just trickery to make it look like something it's not. Now, let me explain to you. Hold on before you move. And once again, I don't know if y'all can see it, but let me turn it this way. Oh dear. Let me see, I got a better one here. Oh yeah. There are the calls. I hate this fucking phone. Here we go. See, I'll put my finger on it. This one right here. This is the tract. Now, everything you see that's a fucking rectangle looking that goes out back that way is nothing but a sheer cliff face that comes below our barn by about 40, 50 feet. There's no access to it. These people cannot walk it. There's nothing they can do with it. And it meets up with my other neighbor's property markers in the creek. Now, the rest of the spot that looks like an actual shape, and by the way, it doesn't, that's why you never rely on GIS data. But, I can't see it either. Let me see. All right. This piece right here, see where it says bridge and then property marker? Oh dear. I'm fucking up all kinds of shit today. Okay. This piece right here where it says bridge, right here. All right. Bridge to the first property marker. Okay. This bridge is down at the creek. All of this is supposed, look, everything out here is nothing but cliff. It's not shit they can do with it. Ours comes down on theirs, and then they come up on us by 38 feet. Okay. Also, this right in here is not buildable because it is cliff face. This right here is cliff and embankment. Okay. All of it. So, and the way it would actually be turned was like, sort of like this. Because this is our second driveway that goes up towards the house. So everything here is cliff face and embankment. All of this is unusable from these marker points down. And I've measured this. Their widest point is 100 feet. Part of that's still hanging off the cliff that's falling off and eroding because guess what? Their lowest point is at 35 degrees. Their highest point on my goddamn hill right here, where they come up on me 38 feet, is 75 degrees. The land itself is rated 7E, which, by the way, the only reason that it's rated 7E is because our house is there. And at some point when that was done, they assumed, well, we want to make sure these people can throw chickens or pigs or something on it if need be. But it should actually be rated 8, which is conservation only, because of the watershed, the shale, the silt, and the clay in it. Now, it is highly, highly susceptible to erosion. 7E means that, look, they literally don't even have enough to put a fucking double wide on. And once you think about this, there's 100 feet that's the widest point. The rest goes down into a little triangle. They basically cut themselves off into a little crescent moon shape that's not going to work. And then from the top where that 38 comes up on us, my well is back there. They can't build anywhere fucking close to that, okay? Hawkins County doesn't have many fucking zoning things, but here's where it's gonna fuck somebody. Even if they built a cabin, like a fucking yard barn sized cabin in that little spot, what's gonna happen is then they've got to figure out how they're gonna build a driveway up there. They have public road access, because he tried to argue over because he was like, yeah, I noticed your lights down there. I was like, yeah, you mean on our fucking property, dude? I was like, no, sir, it's not, and there's not a goddamn easement, nor has there ever been on this motherfucker. It is not in any deeds, not even theirs. I have them in fucking hands. It's not an easement. It's the original road to the fucking house. Fuck off. So anyway, then he was like, well, it don't matter. They have public access and they don't need yours. And then he changed that shit on the website too, because he didn't do his due diligence, period. And anyway, and he didn't care. He's just worried about the fucking sale to out-of-staters that are willing to pay a goddamn fortune for fucking 2 pieces of acres that they're not going to come look at enough time and all kinds of other shit. And they're robbing these people blind. So, anyway, he changed that information on the realtor sites, the ones he could get a hold of anyway. And so he knows better. And we're not going to play that fucking game. But here's the thing. Even if they put a little drop-ass cabin in that spot, in Hawkins County, your septic has to be 50 feet from the house. Leach beds 100 feet from those at least. And then they can't be, 25, 50 feet near our property line. There is nowhere they're touching that my property line is not within that bounds. I mean, these people are fucking hit. On top of that, they're on top of where the stream stuff feeds our well system. So good luck to them on all that shit. And I don't think, because these people want to, the out-of-staters, they want to go off GIS data and they think it's a close proximity. No, the motherfucking hell it ain't. And I'll tell you why it is that the realtor seems to know jack shit other than he's a fucking lazy piece of shit and a liar and shady like most of them are. And they want that out-of-town bucks. But here's the thing. These out-of-towners, what they're doing is they're being brought in here because nobody locally is stupid enough to move into fucking Beach Creek in somebody else's fucking yard. Because they know they can die. So they're selling to out-of-towners. That's why they didn't let anybody know. That's why the signs weren't up. La, 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 la. But what they're doing is these dumb motherfuckers don't realize it once they move here.
A threat. Once you move here, you could die here. You're buying something that you could die over buying. Jodi, why are you threatening people looking at land that doesn't belong to you? You see, Jodi's a Morlock and an Elliot. I believe she's related to my cousins. I believe we share cousins. That's who had a majority of that land. It's on the Morlock farms. Based on what Karen Renfro said to me in my chat, I have reason to believe that my father may own some of that land. I don't know for sure. Could have something to do with the Kodak company too, Eastman. Maybe. Since my father knew the Kodak family. My family worked for them. I don't know what it is. But Jodi, you had an obsession over that land, just like you have an obsession over me. We've listened to this video a million times. I'm not going to put my audience through hearing it again. What I'm trying to do is find your one where you act like you're chasing people in the woods. Bear with me. Here's another one from before. I can't find it right now, but I'll tell you what. I know I have it. Here it is. If you're not racist, Jodi, what does this mean? Because it's definitely not for Black Lives Matters in Beach Creek. We do know the man Fred shot was also not part of Black Lives Matters. We know Fred had a problem with him. We know his son ran the racist parade you said that you were against. It's all documented on the news, on WJHL. You can go look for it. I don't agree with being racist. However, I feel like you were harassing somebody or working with Fred to harm somebody. I don't know those people. I just know what I see in public about those people. And then you got Redmond. It's just so much, Jodi. Who was you chasing in the woods? I keep asking you this. What was you doing in the woods, you weirdo, mother of two grown women?
Hey guys. Okay. So I forgot ice was coming out for us. Whatever. Some other shit. So these little bastards are getting sneaky. And there's a clan pop up tonight. I knew the stickers and shit I seen coming in yesterday weren't a fucking coincidence, but whatever. Anyway, they're just starting to roll in.
You're literally on Facebook talking about a clan pop-up that you're going to go harass or be part of. Don't wear perfume. Keep it down. I'm a mom that gives a shit about my kids, but I'm going to put myself in danger. Right? Well, Andy is, you can go do this shit, but you're afraid of Andy. Make that make sense. You have such a big, bad abuser, but you can run through the woods chasing people, harassing them.
So, if anybody wants to join me, you have about an hour to get ready. Meet me. As long as you can keep up in the fucking woods, stay quiet, and like not be a baby. So, if anybody wants to join me, can wash off real quick. You know, no perfumes, no lights, as long as you.
I tried to type it, it wouldn't let me because I put the word shot. There was a big thing going on in town at the same time. Yes, the man that Fred shot, his son was in charge of it. Go look, it's documented. It was on WJHL, but you're correct, Shay.
You can keep up in the woods in the fucking dark. More than welcome to come. So anyway, got about an hour to meet me. Yeah. Anyway, just message me, text me, do whatever. Yeah, and you know, I'm sure you know what might not happen, etc. So be prepared for that.
What's gonna
Anyway, yeah, just message, text, do whatever. I'll be leaving out here shortly as soon as I get back home. Rinse perfume off myself, cover up, etc. So just message. You can meet me. You can go with. Just don't need anybody that's gonna slow down in the woods. And
No, it wasn't a clam rally. What it was they were fighting. I'll look for it and we can cover it maybe tomorrow. But it was like Jodi said she was involved in it, Black Lives Matters, and people. It was around the time of all the Trump stuff. but it was Black Lives Matters, and then people going against them. There was a parade. It was welcomed in the area. It was casted. Families went to go see it, and the white people came up and were fighting with the Black Lives Matter people. It was a big thing. It's all over WJHL. You can look it up. But Jodi, to me, sounds like she's with it, not against it. When I wrote her, I asked her if she was racist because I'm married to a black man and I have a black child. I didn't want any confrontation. I just wanted to talk to her, and I didn't want her to hate me because I felt she could have been racist, in my opinion. Right. That's what I paused for. I was going to ask Andy. I mean, you were with this girl at this time. You weren't in jail at this time. You guys were also traveling to Washington, D.C. at this time. We've had a conversation about, you said you were selling weed, but it came out you sold more than weed, right? In my chat. Yeah, maybe that's what it was, screen name. It's been a long time since I've looked at it. I don't know what it was. I didn't see Jodi's Facebook years ago. I've never been that curious to go look at her stuff years ago because I'm not obsessed with her like she is me, that she's even digging up my first husband's death and accusing me of being a part of that when I was nowhere near the situation. Yeah, something. Who knows? But Jodi has had a lot of problems way prior with neighbors and people in the neighborhood and people in the community, way prior to Summer's case. And she
Whatnot.
also has a lot of hate, anger, and animosity against her neighbors. She has admitted to kicking shells into a creek for Fred when he shot the Fanning dude. That bothers me. How far would Jodi go for Fred? How close was Jodi and Fred really?
So, anyway, there's that. Just holler. Later, peeps.
That's over. But look, I don't have enough time in a half hour to go over what I wanted to go over with Tiffany. So I'm going to cut this short. Thank you guys for being here. I'm going to come back tomorrow, probably between 1 and 3, like I've been doing. I kind of like going to bed early and getting up early and being done early. My kids just came home. I want to go hear about their day. They went to a picnic at my daughter-in-law's family. She doesn't see very often. Trampolines and fun. They brought me home cookies. Shh, I just ate them. I had 4 cookies. I've been trying to stay as keto as I can. I'm not doing great. I hope you guys join me on my journey. I'm trying my best. They had over $12,000 at that time. Yeah, I don't know what they had. Their financial assets are not of my concern. Summer is of my concern. And I have a feeling that somebody owed somebody money. And that's why Summer's gone. That's my opinion. I don't know what else to say. I believe it's a ring of some sort. I hope I'm getting through to people and making people understand what I think. I believe my connections are. Kirst came in and asked me a question earlier. I think I answered it to the best of my ability of things I can answer. I explained a little bit of my life, my father's life, and how there may be ties, because that was the question that was raised to me. So watch my earlier live. Watch my 2 lives from yesterday and the night before. It should catch you up. I still have a lot of questions for a lot of people, and there's still a lot of things that are unanswered, and I don't like that Fred and Ziggy just disappeared. I believe they have a lot more to do with shit. Fred's sister, funny she worked at AmeriCorps with Layla. Could it be connected to Summer? We don't know. Lots of food for thought. We can only go over the stuff that we see and discuss it as regular, normal, everyday citizens without a law enforcement badge. I don't ever want to come out here and say to you that I am the police. I need the police to do their work. You need the police to do their work. In every situation, there are corrupt police officers out there. I'm learning covering Summer's case right here in my city. However, it's another discussion for another day. And I've already discussed it a million times. I think Zig got a job or not. It's no reason to just disappear and drop off the earth. Before her job, she had disappeared and dropped off the earth. And then she was over on TikTok trying to sell nails and shit. Like, come on, man. There's something more to that. Somebody in my chat earlier said they heard Ziggy and Fred were breaking up. I don't know if there's truth to that. Maybe Ziggy will one day respond, but I think her silence speaks volumes, in my opinion. But all right, guys, I'm going to get off of here. I'll see you guys tomorrow afternoon. I'm going to go get in my jammies and get ready for bed, go see my babies, see if they had fun jumping on a trampoline. But peace and love. See you tomorrow. Give my video a like. Share it if you found anything useful. Other than that, bye. See you tomorrow. Good night.